Men, have you ever felt like you're not speaking your wife's language? That she's just not responding to the things that you are doing? Or you think you're doing something that means a lot to her, but yet she's not responding to it. It feels to you like she's complaining. She is saying that she's feeling unfulfilled. She's feeling alone. She's feeling all these things, and you're wondering, what must I do to please this woman? Well, do you see our avo tree here? I'm underneath our avo tree, and as you can see, it's very green at the bottom. But as you look on top of the tree, you would see that it's actually not in a good state at all. And the reason is, it's an ivy growing here at the bottom. Let me explain to you even a little bit more as to what I'm trying to say here. So this is my wife's garden. She and my mother-in-law, my boys, they made this recently. Now currently today, she and my mother-in-law is out for the day. They're spending the day together as mother and daughter because we live far apart. And I had to water the garden for her. Now, this means a lot to her. This says that I do love you, I do appreciate you if you do this for me by watering the garden, by looking after the boys for the day while she spends the time with the mother-in-law. But that's like the greenery at the bottom of this avo tree. It's not feeding her tank, her love tank. It doesn't say to her necessarily that my heart is full. I need to understand her language. I need to speak her language. What says to her, my tank is full? Look at this example. Now this is my wife's language. This is what she would definitely appreciate when she comes into the bedroom and sees this on her pillow. Now that fills up my wife's love tank. That says to her, my heart is full, my husband loves me. She appreciates the other things, but it doesn't mean that a tank is getting full with love. And this is many a time the mistake that us men make. We do things for our wives thinking that it will make them whole, that they will feel loved. But they do appreciate what you are doing, but it doesn't mean it's their love language. It doesn't mean it's filling up their love tank. So men, listen carefully as to what your wife is saying to you. If she says she feels empty, she feels unloved, she feels lonely, this type of language, even though you're thinking you're helping and you're doing things around the house, you're doing chores, you think that's filling her up, that does not fill her at all. She appreciates it, but that's not necessarily what fills up her love tank. So listen carefully as to what she says. I've listened and I've discovered by listening and doing things for her and bringing her gifts, etc., what it is that really makes her happy. And a small note that says that you are the best wife in the world, you are my everything, with a rose from the garden, says to her everything. She loves it when I do that. If I bring her favorite packet of Flanagan's lightly salted chips, she loves it when I do that. I can wash the dishes. I can pack the dishwasher. It doesn't mean she is going to love what I'm doing. So I need to make sure that I'm doing what speaks to her. Man, I want to give you an example. Let's suppose your wife says to you, I'm going to cook your favorite food for a month. And you would think, man, that is absolutely amazing. She's going to cook my favorite food for a whole month. But then she also tells you, we won't make love during that month. I can just imagine some of the men sitting there now, forget the food. I don't care about my favorite food. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what speaks to you. That's what you need. We need to discover what our wives need. They are precious in God's sight. And God says, love God with all your heart, with all your soul. Matthew 22, Jesus said it. And love your neighbor as yourself. Therefore, love your wife the way you want to be loved. You want to be loved in the way that speaks to you. Therefore, love them the way that speaks to them and not the way you think it's speaking to them. This would bring your marriage to a place that love is the center and your wife will be a happy wife. May God bless you as you apply this principle.